He has an incredible physique as well, and I think he could also...
14th in the world, man, and this kid is the future.
And it is Alex Tomlin. His best, specifically, is, if not the best, second best ever in men's.
Go. First official prep series check-in. Now, I have been in prep for about 2 weeks, but since I haven't been on stage in almost 2 years, I wanted to give myself some grace, allow me to kind of work back into my prep environment without really worrying about anything else. But last time I was here, I was vulnerable. I was sharing with you guys my physique update from being off of PEDs for almost a year at that point. And I talked about the importance of taking a step back in my life in order to take multiple steps forward, and I did that. That was all of last season. And now, over the past 7 to 8 months, I hired a new coach, and I really started to get back into bodybuilding, lifting with intensity, lifting with intent, executing my meal plan, so on and so forth. And now, here we are. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm absolutely in love with this starting point for this prep. Looking at this physique, I know that there's a lot more that could be obtained and should be obtained and will be obtained. But for everything that I've been through over these last, couple of years, I feel like this is a pretty decent starting point. And I've always been one of those people, man, that never necessarily holds the weight extremely well in and off season. So the beginning of my preps aren't necessarily as fun to look at. But as I really get into my routine, as I get closer to the show, you guys might hear that. Speaking of new added responsibilities, that's the big one right there. But like I said, man, I just haven't necessarily been fully confident with my body. But if you remember, I'll put it right here. If you guys remember, this is what I looked like last time. Like the last time I was in this exact position, right? And here we are now, right? Again, still a lot of work to be done, holding a good bit more body fat than I would, hope for. But compared to where I was and now, that's about a 35-pound difference. Good bit of it fat, but a lot more of it muscle, right? After losing a lot of it after coming off for a long time. So I'm excited, I'm nervous. There's a lot I still want to catch you guys up on. So it's been a while. We're back. Oh no, it's all right. Sorry, this is how I tell whether he's hungry or not. That's how I know he's hungry. I try to put him in this contraption to make him comfortable, but yeah, he's not. Come on. Let's go eat. You hungry? Come on. You want to say hi to YouTube? Say hi, little man. Does he look like me? Everybody keeps saying he looks like Megan. I don't know. Does he? All right, now, where was I? This prep is going to be unlike any prep that I've ever done in the past. There's just a lot of new businesses, new videographer, new coach, new environment, and now him. At first, before I started prep, I was nervous. And at one point in this off season, I was comfortable not even prepping again this season. But as time waned and things started to progress, the thought of not competing, man, just started to eat away at me. I've always had this vision, I know this sounds kind of crazy, of one day winning a show and being able to hold him on stage, and that vision was well before he was even brought into this world. You know, so I have a lot of new, but what's also comes with that new is a lot of new motivation, right? And just because my environment is different doesn't mean that we don't adapt, and it doesn't mean that we can't make that different better. And I feel like I kept saying different is bad, you know? And I just think that the way that I approach bodybuilding over the first portion of my career is just different on how I'm going to face it over the next couple of years, you know, the future from now on. And this prep is the starting point of that. And that's why it's so nerve-wracking, because like I said, there's so many moving parts in my life right now that when I was younger and didn't have as much responsibilities on my plate, it was really easy to just be the bodybuilder, you know, but this time I have to be the business owner. I have to be the husband. I have to be the dad. I have to be the boss, and I have to be so many other things that I really want to make sure that, like I said, I don't let either of these things in my life start to lack, you know, and that was always my biggest fear. And even this, talking to you guys right now in front of the camera, it has been way too long since I've done this. And even this feels uncomfortable. Like I haven't done this in so long, so please bear with me. But the one thing that I want to do this time around that I didn't do and never have done in any of my preps in the past is truly show you guys raw and authentic. So this prep is going to be different. And this prep is dedicated to him. And I will say, moments like this, they never get old. This is our second week back doing cardio, and I forgot how much this shit sucks. Right now, I'm at 30 minutes. The starter prep was 6 sessions a week at 25. Now we're 6 sessions a week at 30. And that 5 extra minutes, you feel that shit. You feel it. And I also pulled out the old trick where you have to cover the numbers on the screen. We should be close. There we go. 30 minutes total, 28 minutes down. But right now, my only goal through cardio is to keep my heart rate above 135 per coach's orders. So right now I have my Oura ring right here. I actually use it as my Redding wing too. But I have my Oura ring tracking my heart rate because right now it doesn't take a lot to get my heart rate elevated. Right now I'm on 3.2 speed and 7 incline. Last prep, I think I kind of maxed out at like 14 incline, 3.6 speed. So eventually I have to work myself back up there. But right now, your boy is dying. Always do the extra minute. No better feeling. This is like the last time I'll ever have Bubblicious anything when it comes to Ghost, and that is my favorite flavor all time in the pre-workout, and top 3 favorite flavors of energy drinks. Strawbango #1, and then Cherry Limeade #2, and this is taken down to the 3rd place spot. So I gotta make sure I enjoy this one. I gotta enjoy it. But I've been in this gym a lot lately, you know, not only for cardio now that we're back in routine, but when Madden was born, I trained here in this gym. It's a pretty dope gym too, really decked it out. I trained here for about 3 straight weeks, and it was extremely important to me to keep my intensity high. I was extremely blessed to have a lot of my friends come through, get some dope lifts in, push me, and also with me just trying not to, you know, be as connected with the outside world, just to make sure that I don't get sick and then bring something back home to Madden. You know, I was very limited, so I had a few friends that came over here that, you know, kind of keep me company and, you know, made sure that I stayed on track, man. It was extremely important, especially with me getting back into it. Like my body is going to change a lot in prep, a lot. Like I hope. No, but seriously, like my body is going to change a lot, and this is going to be one of the situations where I have to grow into the show. And again, seeing how my body responds to being back on a prep cycle, you know, I'm excited for it, especially with me having a cleaner physique. The stage, or better yet, the physiques that I brought to the stage in the past couple years were just not healthy. It was just me dieting down as hard as I could, you know, sacrificing muscle, sacrificing pop, and never giving my body an opportunity to actually fill back out just because I dug myself such a deep hole. But that's going to change this year. You know?
He's like, yeah, no, we got a bit of sticker shock with that, so
Make it official.
So, the marketing manager or director, that sort of thing.
Yeah, you know what?
I want to see the Raw Jim and Stewart.
Yeah. I've been there a few times. All right.
Yeah, so
Soon, like you said, as soon as you're done with, I guess, like the written portion of it, send it over to me and I'll kind of add the visual to kind of bring it to life.
You made 100, I need 8 more. Tony Montana, they call me Tony Montana, nigga. Smoking the planet, chauffeur the door, I'm a phantom, nigga. Hey, I'm whipping the door on the top like I'm dropping like Mitch. Yeah, the work it just drop on the scale and it pop like a fish. Yeah, Tony Montana, that's Tony Montana. I'm looking at
I told you guys earlier in the video, we have a new videographer. Say what's up to Morty. Look how cute he is. Why is my left side stronger than my right side? That shit felt easy. I'm right-handed too. It makes no sense.
the camera, 'cause they know that we glamorous. Yeah, I know, I draw.
Gonna be prepping in a new environment. Obviously, I'm still in Tampa. I'm even still in the same gym that I prepped out of all my preps over the last couple of years. But when I say new environment, I mean the team that I have around me specifically. You guys met Morty. He's an absolute game changer. He's a sniper. And then we have a lot of the coaches on Team Reform who we've recently hired down here. And also, we have a lot of our clients cycling in. So we get a chance to see them throughout their prep. We're also do prep. It motivates us, keeps us on point, and that's the environment I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I haven't had that prep conducive environment for so long. And just because I can still go to the gym and lift and eat my meals, it's different when you're surrounded by people who are also doing that at a high level and pushing you. So you can even see it here, look, we got Bob and Primo. I call him Primo because he looks like a walking Primo bottle.
I'm smoking the dope and this shit might be here for me. Hey, I got a new mama, she flew in from Italy. Tony Montana, they call me Tony Montana, nigga. You know that you're rich when you got it and don't Instagram it, nigga. Show me the camera, nigga. Tony Montana fucking up and go hit Atlanta, nigga. Yeah. We moving Diego. They move on Macesso.
I'm gonna put this up on the screen here. This was me back in 2022. And oftentimes in this sport, the word is, you are as good as what your resume says you are. And in 2022 was my most productive year as a pro. Second at New York Pro, Miami Pro win, 14th at the Olympia. So we had a pretty good year. But I want to show you guys what I looked like when I started that prep. And so I remember sending this check-in to my coach at the time, and this was like 18 weeks out from my show. And I could not believe the way that I looked then, and then with the product that was produced on stage that same year. That to me is like the biggest like wow factor, which gives me motivation now when I think back and see my physique and I'm like, you know what? Like I feel like partly disappointed, but I also know what I can turn it into. You know what I mean? So that's why the work here, you know, the environment, all that needs to be on point. I can't miss meals. I can't miss training sessions. I have to be intense. I have a baby at home, but I have to prioritize my sleep, right? So it's a lot of juggling. But if I want to do this, right? If I want to maximize my potential on stage, man, all these things have to be balanced, you know? I've been thinking about that a lot lately. It gives me motivation. You are your biggest motivation. All right, come on, man.
You ready?
Dear Madden, my first few weeks of preps are officially in the books, and honestly, I forgot how much this sucks. I'm exhausted, my legs are heavy from the cardio, I'm still fat, there's pressure with the businesses, and you really did not want to take a bath tonight. And for a moment, I forgot what it feels like to start again. But here's what I want you to understand one day. Bodybuilding, just like life, it's all about perspective. Yes, my legs hurt, and yeah, I am definitely not stage lean, and yeah, there is a lot on my plate, but I didn't miss a single meal. I didn't skip a single workout, and I'm slowly progressing. And you, I can tell you're starting to recognize me. There's always going to be discomfort. That's inevitable. There's always going to be pressure. Life is always going to give you reasons to complain. By the time you're old enough, I want you to understand this, and I hope you realize something. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's where separation happens. That's where character is built. And that's where Toplyn strive. Love, Dad.